CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. The final bell has gone. The weekend is here. And for students, we're heading into the home stretch in a school year that has been anything but normal. And believe it or not, there are only 8 weeks left until summer vacation begins. But this one may be the last. As we first showed you last night, the province is throwing out the century-old 10-month school calendar. And it's going to leave it up to schools and school districts to schedule classes, possibly year-round. So what does that mean to your child's education? And what does it mean to your family's plans? CTV's Joe Perkins has the story.
Like many families in the province, the Garnetts enjoy their summer.
We like to go away, like over the big chunk of times.
That chunk of time is summer break, holiday time for the Garnetts that could be a thing of the past.
What we now have is a pretty strong case that children learn better when they don't have a long summer break.
I don't like it. I'm a teacher myself, and I don't want to work through the year. I think you need that break.
The province is not planning to cut back on time off. Instead, it plans to eliminate the standard school calendar that's been in place for nearly a century, giving school districts and even individual schools the flexibility to plan a more customized academic year.
What it will be is a situation where perhaps each school within a school district might have some modest variation on the year-round schedule.
A modification already being called a nightmare.
That would be a total complication. At one point we had our four children in 4 different schools.
She calls it a scheduling fiasco, one critics believe may hit the next generation of parents.
And I worry about the impact on families if you have children going to 2 different schools and there's 2 different calendars. How do you coordinate family events?
School districts are already able to switch to a balanced calendar year, but almost all districts, including Greater Victoria, have followed the ministry's standard calendar.
This has been around for so long at exactly the same way that it almost seems like it's part of the institution.
But the province's parameters are gone, opening the door for change, including the possibility of a 12-month school year. Another hit to the Garnetts.
I think if they don't have that big chunk of solid break, they don't recharge.
And with parents potentially having to deal with children in separate schools with separate schedules, recharging for everyone could be essential. Luckily for the Garnetts, there is a summer break ahead. They just hope it's not their last.
And CTV's Joe Perkins joins us now live with more. Joe, you touched on it in your story. This is a real mess for families that have kids in different schools on different schedules.
Yeah, it definitely is a little messy. It's still a little early to tell what will happen, Hudson. A number of school districts plan to consult with parents and teachers and try to get a feel for what people really want. But for the first time in a long time, the template for a provincial school calendar is now gone, meaning if there are parents out there with children in 2 separate schools, the potential for calendar changes on a school-by-school basis is a little bit larger than it was before yesterday when this announcement was made. We'll see what happens, though, and we'll stay on it. September of next year is when the changes can come into place.
All right, Joe Perkins, thank you.
You're welcome.